SCP-1293, Object Class Euclid. SCP-1293 is a species of humanoid creatures of unknown origin. Each specimen of SCP-1293 is unique in appearance, although all specimens generally resemble costumed human beings. Autopsies performed on deceased specimens have shown that SCP-1293 are completely unclothed, with skin, bone, and muscle tissue mimicking various types of fabric. SCP-1293 possess biological components resembling a human circulatory system, except the system carries and distributes multicolored balls of sugar instead of blood. SCP-1293 have no apparent nervous systems or digestive tracts, and do not require food, drink, or sleep. SCP-1293 possess no visible reproductive organs. However, 54% of SCP-1293 specimens are capable of reproduction. For the purpose of this document, each specimen will be considered female and referred to as SCP-1293-A, whereas male, non-reproducing specimens will be referred to as SCP-1293-B. -A vocally communicate in American English, speaking with masculine voices in a cheerful manner. Capable of reproduction, -A gestate their young for a period of roughly 9 months, before giving birth to another specimen of SCP-1293. Newborn SCP-1293 emerge from their mothers fully matured in size and intelligence. -A deliver their young via their mouths, which anonymously elongate to accommodate the child's size. Because newborn SCP-1293 are roughly the same size as their progenitors, it is presumed that gestation takes place inside an extra-dimensional space within -A. If -A are not impregnated via Procedure 722 F-frame, they will produce SCP-1293-C once per month until Procedure 722 F-frame is executed. -B are generally lethargic in nature and highly reclusive, avoiding contact with human beings and other specimens of SCP-1293. Unlike -A, -B have shown no capacity for speech. Every 45 days, -B will congregate, and a terpsichore event will take place. See Addendum SCP-1293-1. Due to the precisely coordinated nature of terpsichore events, it is assumed that -B are capable of communicating telepathically. -C are malevolent entities produced by -A if not impregnated via Procedure 722 F-frame. -C differ from other specimens of SCP-1293 in that they generally possess large teeth, multiple arms, prehensile tongues, and elongated talons. -C are openly hostile towards human beings and will attempt to mutilate any individual they encounter. Procedure 722 F-frame is the process by which -A are impregnated. To begin the procedure, a child aged 4 to 12 years old and belonging to an on-site personnel member is to be introduced to the specimen of -A that is in heat. If -A decides the child is suitable, it will regurgitate a sheet of paper, SCP-1293-A1, and a metal tin of Crayola brand crayons, SCP-1293-A2. Using his or her imagination, the child must then draw a picture of a humanoid creature. If an adult human attempts to influence the child's drawing process, whether it be during the procedure or beforehand, -A will announce that the child is unsuitable and a different child must be selected. If -A deems the completed -A1 acceptable, it will devour it, thereby impregnating -A. The resulting SCP-1293 specimen will resemble the drawing on -A1. Addendum SCP-1293-1. The following is a table listing examples of recorded terpsichore events. April 17, 1998. SCP-1293-B silently performed the choreography from the 1982 Broadway production Cats in its entirety. November 2nd, 1999. Splitting into 4 individual groups, -B performed all 4 acts of the Russian ballet La Bayadere simultaneously. August 14th, 2004. -B laid face down in 3 separate rows and undulated their bodies in a wave-like motion on the ground for roughly 5 hours. May 9th, 2007. -B engaged in Filipino tinikling, substituting bamboo with other SCP-1293-B. January 22nd, 2009. -B performed the choreography from music video for Single Ladies, put a ring on it for 39 seconds before quickly dispersing in different directions. Addendum SCP-1293-3. The following is a message sent to Biosite Director Roward by Dr. Goodwin. Hello. As you are aware, I have been the head researcher for SCP-1293 since Dr. Reeves was terminated for unrelated reasons. Having spent roughly a year observing SCP-1293, I have come to the conclusion that present documentation of SCP-1293, particularly in regard to SCP-1293-A's reproductive process, is inaccurate and in urgent need of revision. When I was first transferred to this project, I was surprised that Dr. Reeves had based much of SCP-1293's documentation on testimony by -A specimens. Feeling that it was not sufficient to go by -A's words alone, I put in place a number of new research guidelines, including the discrete video monitoring of SCP-1293 during the 24 hours following Procedure 722F-frame. The footage that we have since obtained has shown that specimens -A and -B do in fact mate using a thin red tendril that extends from the male's mouth to the female's. Frankly, I am appalled that such a crucial aspect of SCP-1293 has not been previously documented. Now that we know SCP-1293 reproduced by mating, that leaves the question of what Procedure 722F-frame accomplishes, as well as the question of what -C are. I have a theory that I believe addresses both these issues. Contrary to current documentation, SCP-1293 do indeed feed, emphatically drawing sustenance from human emotion. -A feed on feelings of unease and perturbation, and -B feed on feelings of confusion and bewilderment. -B are easily capable of subsisting on the feelings expressed by research personnel during terpsichore events, but -A must employ more elaborate methods of feeding. In addition to unsettling the children, -A forces us to use our own kids as a ploy to provoke an emotional reaction from jaded Foundation personnel. If -A has gone without food for an extended length of time, it will release -C as an emergency defense mechanism. In order to test this theory, I propose that a revised version of SCP-1293 special containment procedures will be used on a trial basis. -A and -B are to be kept in separate habitats, as I believe they should have been when initially contained. Procedure 722F-frame will be altered to use D-class personnel, who have been provided fabricated information about SCP-1293 to enhance their levels of discomfort and anxiety during the process. Finally, now that we know the purpose of terpsichore events, a similar D-class procedure will be put in place to ensure that -B will still be able to feed. It is regrettable that it took this long to see these things for what they are, but I hope that with this knowledge, we will be able to contain SCP-1293 with greater efficiency. Goodwin. Revisions to SCP-1293's documentation and containment procedures are currently underway. Footnotes 1. A similar orifice will be substituted if the mother does not possess a mouth. 2. The word pregnant is used in this article to describe -A's state between the execution of Procedure 722F-frame and the birth of a new SCP-1293. -A cannot be considered pregnant in a literal sense, as they have no reproductive organs. 3. Also known as Moyaderica and the Temple Dancer. 4. A traditional native dance that involves stepping between two pieces of bamboo that are continuously knocked together. Special Containment Procedures. All known specimens of SCP-1293 are to reside within a standard containment habitat at Biosite 12. Specimens of SCP-1293-A are to be engaged in Procedure 722F frame once per month to avoid the production of SCP-1293-C. A minimum of 15 armed security personnel must be present within the habitat at all times to neutralize specimens of -C in the event that one is produced. Completed specimens of SCP-1293-A1 are to be photographed before consumption by -A. Personnel present within the habitat are not to attempt communication or physical interaction with specimens of SCP-1293-B during a terpsichore event.